Joining us now, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and Congressman Scott Fitzgerald from House Judiciary. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and Merry Christmas to you both. Okay, Ken Paxton, first to you. How bad is it with China spying on Americans via TikTok?
Look, I think it's a real serious concern. The fact that the President of the United States talked about this 2 years ago, Donald Trump, he was the first one out there, and now you've got the FBI Director, Christopher Wray, talking about this at the University of Michigan, saying it's a real threat. And also, states have been responding to the warning from the federal government. So I think it's real. I have the same question. Why isn't the federal government banning the use of it as well? And I'm proud of our governor for stepping up and doing it at this moment.
Congressman, to what Ken Paxton is saying, it's great to have you on, sir. We are hearing the House Republican Conference is reportedly working on a ban of TikTok for all U.S. government workers. That TikTok, China is basically scraping and getting U.S. user location data and more. Is this true that the Republican Conference is moving on this?
It is, Liz. What we're seeing is that there's an absolute linkage between TikTok, the app, and ByteDance, the corporation that administers it. And ByteDance is part of the CCP. So, I mean, what we see is right before our eyes, and we understand that the app has become wildly popular in America. But quite honestly, it's a window to America as well. And that's why these states are starting to be urged by many of the federal lawmakers, because there probably isn't enough speed at the federal level on this. But the White House is well aware of what's going on here, and I'm not sure why they're not willing to act and do it now.
Well, let's talk about this, Ken, to what the congressman just said. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reportedly will not say if she will stop using TikTok. There are national security concerns if a government worker or a congressman is going on TikTok on their government phone, and then that TikTok possibly could get government data out of that phone, right? Is that the issue, Ken?
Yeah, look, the Chinese have been trying to work on this stuff for years. They're stealing data from us. They're stealing our technology. They're stealing our patents. And they've been aggressive about doing it for a long time. And I don't know why any congressman, Democrat or Republican, wouldn't support banning TikTok and having the risk associated with it out of our way.
So shouldn't this be a hair-on-fire moment for the Biden White House and all of Congress, Congressman? Because if a government worker like AOC goes on TikTok on their phone and then is communicating, you know, secrets about the U.S. government, China could have a window on that. Are we overstating it? Or is this too much tinfoil hat kind of talk, or are we overstating the issue? What do you think?
Well, I think the problem is that the White House has been posturing just the opposite, with inviting TikTok artists to be part of programming at the White House itself and kind of dismissing it as a harmless app. But the fact of the matter is, if you've been part of any of the briefings that have been happening as a member of Judiciary Committee, there is absolutely concerns continually being raised. Ken's right. You know, the FBI now is raising some red flags as well. So it does feel like there should be a little bit more movement than what we're seeing. But the White House has dragged its feet on this front.
All right. Ken Paxton, Congressman Scott Fitzgerald, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's good to see you both.